Hi there, this is JC. I'm a realtor here in Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco. I specialize in rentals. I also do sales. I've been doing this for 7 years now, and I know the market fairly well, I should say. And I would like to talk to you about some important information that you will need to consider in case you are planning to come to Puerto Vallarta to rent, buy, or stay here with us for a while. We would like to start by describing some of the areas that are very interesting to people that move here or live here in Puerto Vallarta. We're going to start today talking about Old Town area, which is in general all the initial part where Puerto Vallarta started as a fishing village years ago, and now it has developed to be a booming touristic spot in Jalisco, Mexico. So the first area that we would like to talk about is the Old Town area, and it encloses three main areas, which is Romantic Zone, technically called Emiliano Zapata, and then you're talking about Centro, which is next door, just north of the Romantic Zone, and then you have Cinco de Diciembre area. This is all considered Old Town area, and it's a main interest area for many people that come to Puerto Vallarta. There's many restaurants, bars, all types of entertainment. You have the Malecón, which is a landmark for Puerto Vallarta, with the Plaza de Armas and Los Arcos. And there's a lot of shows that happen almost every night in that area, and people walk up and down the Malecón all the time. It's a very touristic area. It's a highly populated area. It's where most of the entertainment in Puerto Vallarta is located. It's also very walkable. You can walk everywhere. Most people that live there don't use cars or don't need cars. There is not very many parking options there. So if you come and stay in that area, I could encourage you to not use a car or just not drive it every day, because you probably won't need it unless you are going to a supermarket or the veterinary or you're going outside Vallarta. Other than that, I would just stay, walking to everywhere. There are fresh markets. There's one supermarket called Lay Supermarket. There's not very many room for bigger supermarkets in that area, but you do have one that you can always use. And then you have the beach. The main beach is Los Muertos, and then Camarones Beach, which is in Cinco de Diciembre, and Los Muertos is in the Romantic Zone. So those are the main attractions in terms of going to the beach. And then you have restaurants all over the place. You have theaters, you have bars, you have all types of activities. We have in Vallarta a lot of alternative medicine and a lot of healing options. So you will see a lot of yoga retreats, and you will see a lot of alternative medicine options. Many things to do if you are planning to come stay here in Vallarta for a little while or forever. A lot of people are retiring in Puerto Vallarta now. As long as the exchange rate is favorable, it will be a great option for people coming from the States, from Canada, or from anywhere else in the world. We are going to talk a little bit about rentals in that area. We're talking about the Romantic Zone, Centro, and Cinco. Okay, I would like to express a little bit about the rental market in that area of Puerto Vallarta. We do have a high season in Vallarta, which comes from November to April, and that's when the prices go a little higher. Most people come stay at least 3 months, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and that's a good thing because the short-term rentals. First of all, are not my specialty. I'd rather do longer-term rentals, which is better for everybody, and makes more of a community in Vallarta because people stay, they establish relationships. They get to like the Mexican life better than just coming for a weekend. So in general, the high season comes from November to April, and that's when you're going to be looking to pay more money for a rental here in Vallarta. Other than that, you could look for a year rental, which is available any time of the year, and it's usually there's more inventory when the high season passes. So after April, May, or June, you will find more options. Normally, there will be less options in the high season because pretty much every place will be rented by then. So I would like to talk about the pricing now. The one bedrooms in that area will run about starting at $1,000 for a one bedroom, fully furnished, fully equipped. Most places are fully furnished, fully equipped, up to like $1,500 on average in the whole general area of Centro, Cinco, and Romantic Zone. there aren't very many options on furnished, except when you're looking for longer terms. There could be some options, but short-term rentals, they're all fully furnished, fully equipped. And in general, they will include everything but electricity. So people don't have to bother about going out to pay utilities that they don't know how to do. And that's actually to make it easier for people to come here and enjoy our beautiful town. I would like to describe the two bedrooms. The two bedrooms will be ranging, I'm talking about long-term lease, which is 6 to 12 months, starting around 1,200 to 1,800 on average for a long-term deal in that area. When we talk about shorter term leases, then the pricing varies quite significantly. I will always encourage owners to only increase the price about 20 to 25% in reference to the long-term price, but a lot of people go higher. So that's when it's important for you to find somebody that helps you and will get a good deal for you, because the prices are not regulated, and then, you know, owners, it's at the owner's discretion. So basically, you know, there's a wide range of pricing, but in general, for the high season, you're looking to pay for a 3, 4, 5-month deal for a one-bedroom in that general Old Town area, Cinco de Diciembre, Centro and Romantic Zone, about 30,000 pesos, which is 1,500 US for a one-bedroom, and about 2,000 for a two-bedroom. So, you know, anywhere between 30 to 50, 55,000 pesos on average for a 3, 4, 5-month deal. Less than 3 months is very difficult to find. I will always encourage people to do Airbnb or any other platform or Booking or something of that matter, because most owners will require at least 3 months rental on the high season. And that will be, in general, what the situation is for the high season. We will also like to talk a little bit about sales and sales prices in that area of Puerto Vallarta if you're looking to buy. It's very sought after, especially during the high season. We get a lot of buyers that come during that time, and they're looking for options to buy. It's a good investment, and it's also, well, people like just to come and visit Vallarta. They would like to have their own place. And in general, the market has been going up every year. Even with the pandemic, they just kept, it slowed down a little bit, but it went up. It still went up. And it's still a really good investment to come to Vallarta and buy property here. I would like to give you an average price for a one-bedroom, starting about 250,000 US and up, depending on if it is a new construction or something that it's already built. There could be some good deals, maybe a fixer-upper, but you know, you have to look thoroughly to find those deals, but there are some of them out there. Most places are actually new construction or newer construction, and you're looking about that, 250. Most times in the Romantic Zone, you're looking at a lot more, 350, 380 for a new construction, for a one-bedroom, and 500,000 for a two-bedroom. But if you look long enough and you do your research properly, you might be able to find deals, which is always a good option. For a two-bedroom, you're looking at, like I said, 500,000 and more in that area. Now, if you are separating the three areas, the most sought after area is the Romantic Zone. If you want to get a better deal, then you can go up north a little bit. Central, not so many options because it's a protected area and there aren't very many new construction there unless you're going up the hill. And then you go Cinco de Diciembre, a lot more options. And that's the general area that we're trying to describe today, the Old Town area. I always recommend to get a professional to help you. We have an association which is called AMPI. It's a Mexican equivalent to the National Realtors Association in the States. And people that work for agencies will go and they will be licensed and will be registered. And we do a lot of classes every month, and we get certified and we get training, which is important. And once you belong to those associations, then there are certain standards that are covered that will, you know, guarantee a good deal and a better deal for people. For foreigners in general, if you are not a Mexican citizen, you will have to use a trust fund to be able to buy property in Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco. Because of the Constitution, it states that if you are close to the ocean or close to any body of water or close to the border, then if you are not a Mexican national, you do have to use a trust fund. But it's very easy to set up, and it's actually very secure. And I will always recommend, even if you are a national, I recommend, because when you pass away, it's easier to leave whatever you have to your children or whoever you want to inherit your stuff. It's a lot easier, it's a lot organized, and it has a yearly cost that is not high. I just like the general concept of the trust fund. It works fine. And I think in the States, people are used to that. Other than that, just get a good professional to help you out, show you some options. The money should most times dealt through an escrow company, which you're going to send your money to an escrow company, and the day you sign your property, then there's going to be a disbursement of the money, and that money goes to whoever needs to get paid, and you are the one signing who gets what. So that's also very secure. And other than that, stay away from Ejido. If you are not Mexican, that's only for Mexicans, and always get a good professional to help you. So in terms of how you pay for your property here in Vallarta, it used to be only cash purchases. Lately, there's been a few options for foreigners. A lot of companies are jumping into that market. It's a new market. There's a lot of people wanting to buy, and a lot of people do need financing, some sort of financing. Usually, the only financing available will be what the pre-construction people provide, which is a short-term financing, like a 2-3 year financing, own financing by the builders. Other than that, there weren't very many options, so most people were paying cash. Nowadays, there are some options. All the major banks are actually jumping into the market. They are providing some mortgages, some options for foreigners. They do have to check that you are able to pay, so they do have to do proof of income, and they have to check a few financial items that are important or relevant to their decision, but there are some options, and that's a good thing for people that want to buy in Vallarta and don't have the whole lump of money of cash upfront to pay for a property. You do have options through the major banks. Like I have worked with Santander Bank, which is the second biggest bank in Mexico, and it's actually a Spanish bank, but it works in Mexico for many years. They have options, and Intercam has options, and most of the major players do provide options for foreigners to buy property in Vallarta. The conditions will depend on how you are estimated as a client, but there are options, and that's a good thing, because before it was just cash buyers all the time, and this will broaden our market and will bring more people over to Vallarta to buy property.